Good evening. I would like to call the Thursday, October 23rd, Receivers Meeting of the Public to order. Would everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We did meet in executive session this evening to discuss personnel matters. Dr. Mean, we will start with you in your superintendent's report.
Thank you, Receiver Nichols. Good evening, everyone who's present today and everyone who may be looking online. We'll start with some updates for the amended recovery plan. CUSD has, next slide please, thank you. CUSD has an initial draft of the Charter School Oversight Office Plan to emphasize continuous improvement so that all schools that serve our students in the Chester Upland community are served with quality educational services. So we look forward to sharing some of those updates after our team has a chance to review and provide additional feedback. We look forward to sharing that with the public. Next slide. We also have, as I've shared before, with the IT department and our Chief Recovery Officer, Dr. Holmes, working on our behalf to finalize with the CUSD communications team as well, some of the dashboard platform ideas, and so that we are able to provide our stakeholders with a user-friendly way of looking at progress across the recovery plan. Next slide. We had National Principals Month, and we would like to celebrate all of our principals in the Chester Upland School District and the work that they do, so let's give them all a hand. Next slide. We also had an opportunity to represent our district at the PASA PSBA Leadership Conference, where I was joined with School Board President Johnson and Board Member McLaren, who serves as our DCIU liaison at the conference. And we also had where our Board Member, Dr. Morales, has been selected as an advisor, and we are very proud of her, that she's representing the Chester Upland School District, that she received an endorsement from the DCIU, and then was voted by 39 districts into her seat at PSBA. So congratulations. So we look forward to great things. Congratulations to you. And that term starts in January. Next slide. We'd like to also congratulate our staff members of the month for September in each of our schools, so let's give them a hand. And congratulations. Next slide. This is also Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we have schools across the district that have been recognizing this. So if you haven't had the opportunity, please make sure you follow our social media platforms where you can see what's happening across the district with our students, our staff, as we bring an awareness to breast cancer. Next slide. This is also Domestic Violence Awareness Month, in the month of October, so we also want to make sure we acknowledge and bring light to that as well. Next slide. We have approximately, as of October 20th, 3,200 students in the school district. We will continue to grow, and we celebrate that. Next slide. Next slide, please. We also have where we began our district-wide coat drive. So here are some pictures of that. Next slide. Some upcoming dates here for staff in service on November 4th, staff in service November 26th. Just a reminder that our end of first marking period, November 7th. Parent-teacher conferences, November 25th. And then as we lead into fall break, that will happen the 27th and 28th of November, where our schools and offices are closed. Next slide. Also, the district-wide science fair which will happen December 17th. So we want to tell you early enough so that we can begin to prepare for that. That's always an exciting time, which will happen at Chester High School in the gymnasium on that day, starting at 10 o'clock to noon. Next slide. Next slide, please. We also had the opportunity to celebrate our 3rd annual Hispanic Heritage Month event across the district. So these are just some photos of what happened across the district, and thank you to Ms. Bowser and her department that led this effort. Next slide. We also had an amazing time at homecoming. What an amazing time. I just want to celebrate that. And can we please give a round of applause for everyone who was involved. So in our school pride, and this is where we are 9-0 and we beat them with 45-0. So one more. Next slide. So congratulations to our 4P Bell Bow champions, 9-0 in 22, 23, 24, and 25. First 100 years for our team in school history. We are so excited.
And I have to say they did that since I've been here.
Yes. Next slide. Here are some pictures from fall sports senior day celebration. So we celebrate our football team, but we also celebrate all of our fall sports. And here are some photos to show those celebrations. Next slide. Again, as I share some upcoming events from October through November, please just make sure you, again, follow our social media pages as well as school pages in terms of events by school. Next slide. Next slide. Thank you, Receiver Nichols. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Dr. Lee. All right. Student reps, no comment. Presentations, I know we have Ms. Murto this evening.
Thank you. Good evening, Receiver Nichols, Board of Directors, Superintendent Dr. Momine, and most importantly, our families and community members. I wanted to start out with shout-outs. Our STEM seniors enjoyed a wonderful senior sunrise and had a gene painting activity. And that's really thanks to our parents who donated a lot of food and supplies, as well as our teachers, and made it a really successful event to help our seniors celebrate this really important year. I also want to shout out Miss Alice at CUSD, who donated some racks and hangers to help organize the lost and found. Because when it's in a big pile, it's a lot harder to figure out if your sweatshirt is still in there. So now it's a nice visual and easy way to figure out what's there. And I also want to shout out the teams. We had a wonderful meeting yesterday. We actually had a grievance mediation meeting. We were up to 27 grievances. We were able to resolve 8 of those. We have 18 that we're actively working to resolve, the parts that we're working on, some the district is working on, and we only have 4 right now that are in arbitration status. So that's a huge shout out to everybody, collaboration, talking it through. We were very excited. We actually got an opportunity with the RISE team to meet with Parent University on October 1st, and that was a really wonderful opportunity for us. That's actually why it's a presentation now instead of me just making public comments. So thank you, Parent University, for that wonderful suggestion, and Receiver Nichols for allowing this to be this. And then I also wanted to shout out, or just make an announcement actually, that we're going to be hosting a haunted hallway at STEM Academy on October 30th. And for those with littles, don't worry, it's not going to be spooky. We're going to stay up with them all night the night before Halloween. It's going to really be like a trick-or-treat style down one of the hallways at STEM. We have staff donating different supplies, decorations, candy, and we're just going to try to make it a fun and safe trick-or-treating event for the students. I believe flyers have gone out at every school. And that will be at STEM Academy on the 30th. So get some pre-trick-or-treating in before you get the rest of your candy on Halloween. And that's all. Hold on, I gotta look at my phone. No, you're fine.
I believe we're doing 5 to 7, but I need to find the flyers. I will let you know when I find it. But I think it's 5 to 7, because we need to set up, and we will actually have some of our 11th and 12th grade students assisting for community service hours. So it's a really well-rounded, make our elementary students happy, you know, get our seniors and our juniors some of those hours they need for graduation. It's just an all-in-all great thing. So, all right, that's all. Thank you so much.
All right, we will now move on to the approval of the minutes of our previous meetings held on September the 25th and October the 6th. The minutes for both meetings held on September 25th and October 6th, 2025 are hereby approved. This time we'll move on for public comment. Ms. A. Jean Arnold. And this is for both action items and general public comment.
Thank you. My name is Jean Arnold. I'm at 2601 McCary Street. I have a comment about A5. It seems that our work is continuing at the University of Virginia, but I would like to ask if we could be sure again that the community finds out when we're going to implement activities in the classroom with the students, because I'm thinking as part of the turnaround, we have to go into the classroom and do something different, and we would get leadership about that from the university. So I am very pleased that we are continuing to go there and have them come here with their leadership opportunities, but I don't want us to forget to let the community know the final details about what happens in that classroom to help children rise to a greater level in the education process. I'm concerned about settlements. It seems in A8, 9, 10, 11, 15, 16, we have some settlements or something that sounds like settlements. There are 6 in total. And when I see that happening on our agenda, I become concerned that we are not complying appropriately to our IEPs, which sometimes leads to those situations. So I just want to bring that to folks' attention to say that I'm concerned that we are escalating those numbers again, and whatever we need to do to bring those numbers down and to be compliant, you know, I know you will do that, but I just wanted to put it on the record as a concern.
The district's currently working on the special education department and a special education audit that will be presented publicly once that audit is conducted.
Thank you. Now, sometimes we say for some of those items that it is budgeted. And my question is, when we put our budget together, do we anticipate a number of settlements for the coming school year and therefore set aside money so that when that item comes on the agenda, we can say it is budgeted? Because I'm thinking, if we are anticipating wrongdoing and we are setting aside funds for that, that's what it looks like when we look at an item like A10 and it says budgeted and we say yes. That to me looks like we have budgeted for a problem in special ed and that we have provisions. But I'm trying to say this nicely. I don't know how to say that.
No, we don't budget.
But you understand?
We don't budget for settlements.
That's what I thought, but the word says budgeted
Well,
and then there's a yes beside it.
It comes out of special education line item, so there's a budget for special education and those settlement dollars comes from that particular line item. So I guess in theory is special education services that are budgeted but not necessarily for settlements. So no, I don't, I'm looking at my business office folk and we don't.
Yeah, often those things are budgeted for services that we provide, and those settlements, in most cases, are to provide services. So that's why we're budgeting. They just had a little bit of a fight to get additional services. So it's something we already provide services. We budget for it. This is just a little debate about it, and it's already budgeted to provide those services.
Thank you. For A15 and A16, I'm not looking for identification for the students, but as you were saying, sir, is there anything you can tell us a little bit more about those services for A15? Because we have set aside $48,000 for that one, and for A16, we've set aside, not exceeding, I know we say that, but there's a $58,000 number for A16, and there are 6 students that we're going to service. So if we could talk a little bit more tonight about what those services look like, that would be helpful. Then on B1, there is a termination note there, and my question is, a few months ago, we talked about termination of 3 people, and we named them, gave some detail. This time, we did not do that. We just simply put the person's name, no, not name, number. And my question is, did we treat those persons the other month differently? And if we, well, we did do something different. I mean, that's clear. But then if someone could explain to me why those 3 people were named in detail, and our tradition is to simply put a number there, would be helpful. And if you could give us an update about that hearing. I know that you probably made a decision about it, but the last time we met here, we were talking about a public hearing, and we haven't, the public now, hear me well, the public, I'm thinking, needs to know where we are with that position that we talked about last time. Either we're going to have a hearing, we're not going to have a hearing, there's a date, that kind of thing, because the public was invited, as you might recall. And then I would like to say thank you for C13, where we are going to provide chess again for our students. And then C24, we're going to continue to build the boats over at Toby, which I love. And then I think the last thing I want to talk about is how wonderful our football team is. And I am concerned that we have not yet completed their locker room upstairs on the 3rd floor. These young men have been giving us their all in all for 4 years. Certainly, we can reciprocate and finish the construction and the upgrade of that space. We should not still have a hole in the ceiling or a hole on the floor or any such thing. That does not match the magnificent service and skill set that these young men have given us. So I'm going to, if I could throw a tantrum, I would. But this is my tantrum for now. And I think that is it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Arnold.
Is anybody going to give me a response to anything that I talked about now?
I'll try to do my best without breaking any rules or
Yes.
confidentiality.
Right.
And I'll look to our HR director and union president, who are both present. But what I would say about those public hearings is that at this point, it appears that those employees have waived their right for having the public hearing and wanted to go to the next step. And I think that's all I really can say about that. But that was not, that was just, that was their right. The way in which it was done at the last meeting is what I was advised by the attorneys, is that was how it had to be done in order for us to have those hearings. Mr. Jarman, is that correct?
Yeah, and I think the reason why there's numbers involved in this, and there weren't numbers last time, was these are different positions. I think certain positions call for.
These are, well, no, I'm looking at Dr. Quest. No.
Did not stand corrected. That was our advice. Obviously, my partner, looked at this, consulted with you guys, and believed that was what was necessary in order to be within the right.
All right. I'm sorry, I don't know if we can get into those agreements. If I'm not mistaken, we can't talk about the agreements publicly. So.
We cannot receive.
Oh, no, I know that.
Okay.
Reach out to Dr. Lane to get the actual services that those two students from Keystone, and I'll follow with you after.
Well, is
I'm
if
sorry.
there's a public way to do that rather than talk to me individually? I don't know. There was a platform where we could answer questions on the website, I think. Receiver Nichols, remember? That you could answer questions there?
We can't disclose what's in those agreements, my understanding.
No, I'm not, please, I'm not asking that. Whatever you can describe about the services is what we're talking about. You can't talk about the services that are being offered for the children?
Yeah, Mr. Ham can't disclose that information. Dr. Link most certainly, we can get some information and, yeah, do what we used to do, ask
Yes.
on the web. That works.
Okay.
All right. All right. Thank you, Ms. Arnold. Ms. Tyra Quill.
Good evening, Tara Quell, 913 Lloyd Street. Congratulations about the charter school oversight. You just recently said you were going to get it up and running, and you're there, so that's awesome. But I have two things I want to talk about. I'm hoping and encouraging you to do that district-wide activity/events calendar, because tonight I had to decide which of two places to go to. Toby Farms is having a PTO meeting, not Toby, Main Street is having a PTO meeting tonight from 5:30 to 6:30. My bonus grandbabies are there. I don't like to use the word step grandbabies. And I wanted to attend, but I also wanted to attend here. So actually, if it's a school board meeting, no other school should be having an activity. But I'd like to encourage you to get that calendar up and running so that there won't be that conflict. And the second thing I want to talk about, Receiver Nichols, is that four-letter word I had heard you say.
Which one?
Must. M-U-S-T.
Okay.
Beginning of the year, you said there are things that we must do, there are things we must do to get better. And I say that to say that on yesterday, I was over at ESA Elementary. I hope I'm saying that correctly, for the coat drive. I walked into the gym. I started picking up trash off the floor. I started picking up pencils off the floor. I looked at the bleachers. I have photos if you would like to see them.
Please. Could you send them to me?
Trash, yes, trash all over the bleachers. So they knew the coat drive was coming, and it was obvious that room was not clean. And the thought that I actually picked up pencils so that no one else coming in to volunteer would fall or slip or whatever. I don't know if they're short over there. I don't know about the maintenance. I don't know about the accountability with the facilities director, but somebody should be doing a quick walkthrough in the morning through every building and to see what's what. And I actually said to Ms. Albright, did they know we were coming? Because the room was filthy. I don't expect the maintenance man to mop every floor every night. It's impossible, but at least pick up trash for our babies. And at one point, which really bothered me, was that there was a can of a drink on some kind of juice on one of the bleachers, and one of our little pre-K babies picked it up and started drinking it.
Are you sick?
Did you report it?
Yeah, I
Thank you.
told you should pay attention too. And, you know, but as I looked around, and I don't know, if they say, oh, a maintenance person was out sick, then in my mind, which could be wrong, facilities director, you go fill in.
No, you're right. And Ms. Clark, I'll tell you, I can say for people who at least work in central administration, something else, I clean bathrooms here. Dr. Sutton, I remember when we were in this building, we were mopping the main stairwell. Dr. Mameen did the same. So that is our expectations, because for me, I'm willing to do anything. I'm not going to ask anybody to do anything that I'm not willing to do. And my expectation, and I did share this with the board, is that it must be done. So I'm glad you brought it to our attention. We will address it accordingly. I will say that recently a foreman was hired in that department. Looked at the resume, has some great experience.
Good.
And we're raising the bar. So that is unacceptable. I apologize that you, as students, parents, community members, had to deal with that, because that's not the reflection we want.
Right.
You have students in a dirty, I'm just gonna say it, a dirty environment. It makes them agitated. Studies show, no, we can't have it.
And
Our students deserve, the very, very best and a clean, safe environment.
And the gym floor has all these spots all over it. And that really bothered me, because I remember when we had all that ESSER money, we bought equipment.
Well, I was thinking it, but you said it, and you're right when you said that they shouldn't have to mop every day.
Ride on
But
it.
those $25,000
Yes.
pieces of equipment to ride on, that's not an excuse for me. It should be done every day.
So I just felt I needed to share that, because it's not a good look for our babies to
It
come
is
in the
not.
building and everything's dirty. I mean, my house is not spotless, but come on, pick up. And I think that the lead maintenance person or whoever's in the building in the morning, do a quick walkthrough. Thank you. That's
Thank you, Ms. Quell. And again, apologies for that. All right, with that, we'll move on to the business of tonight. Under the education agenda items A1 through A17. Education agenda items A1 through A17 are hereby approved. Under our personnel agenda, agenda item B1, personnel agenda item B1 is hereby approved. And under our business agenda, C1 through C32, agenda items C1 through C32 are hereby approved. All right, with that, we have nothing else. I thank you all. We're going to continue to move this district forward in the right direction. I know sometimes it doesn't seem that we're moving as quickly as any of us will like, but we're moving. I'm glad to see and hear about our teachers union and our human resources department and administration. We're working together because we're here for, we appreciate it. Partnership and collaboration is key. And we are on a road to recovery. That is the mission. You know, I'm counting down. I'm looking at Ms. Arnold. I'm counting down. Counting down. 31 months. I'm out of here. Hopefully before that. My term's up. And I'm getting gray now, Mr. Hammond. I didn't have gray before I came to Chester Upland. So with that, again, I thank you for coming out this evening. This meeting is adjourned.
Right on.